Hello students, welcome to class 4, subject English text, story Cygnus. Today I am going to explain you the story. So first you will see the characters of the story. Now in this story you will see the character. First character, sun god. Second, Phaethon. It is the son of sun god, Phaethon. Okay, next is Zeus. It is a god. Then Cygnus. Cygnus is the brother of Phaethon. Now in this story you will see how Cygnus is loyal to his brother. Okay, that you will see in this story. So first I will do explanation, then afterwards I will ask you questions. Children, have you ever thought why the sun rises in the east and sets in the west? Because the earth rotates on its axis. So the sun moves from east to west. The ancient Greeks said that the sun god Helios drove his chariot across the sky. So this story they told about him. Helios Helios had a son. His name was Phaethon. He was brought up by his mother. So, one day he decided to go to his father's house. Who was his father? The sun god Helios. After seeing his father, Helios became happy and he promised him that whatever he want, he will give him. Phaethon told he wanted to drive his chariot, so all his friends will look at him and will say that Helios' son Phaethon, there goes. Helios was shocked and said, please you choose another thing because his horse are wild and powerful and you will not be able to control them. But he did not change his mind. Helios was a god, so he had to keep his promise. So next morning, when the Phaethon was climbing the chariot, his father was watching worriedly. The horses started on their heavenly path. They also felt that their driver not having experience to drove chariot. They were running faster than usual. Phaethon not able to control them. The animals were running away from the way. The horses went near the earth and all crops started burning. Then they went near to the stars and then again went to the earth. Many cities started burning. Why the cities started burning? Because of warmth of the sun. Zeus, king of God, was watching everything. So he threw a bolt of lightning to hit Phaethon and he fell to earth and it looks like a shooting star and fell into a river. Phaethon's brother Cygnus was watched him fall, so he jumped into the river and trying to find out his brother's body. The gods was watching from Mount Olympus. They thought Cygnus was looked like a swan searching for food. So gods gave him reward for his affection for his brother. They kept him in the heaven as Cygnus the swan. Even today also we can see him ourselves on a warm summer evening of 3 stars. They reminding us to be loyal to our brothers and sisters. Now I will narrate you the story. After narration of the story, I will ask you questions. Have you ever wondered why the sun rises in the east and sets in the west? It is because the earth rotates on its axis so that the sun seems to move from east to west. The ancient Greeks used to say that the sun god Helios drive his chariot across the sky. They told this story about him. Helios had a son named Phaethon. The boy was brought up by his mother. One day he decided to visit his famous father. He traveled to his palace in the east. Helios was very happy to see his son and promised him anything he wanted. Let me drive your chariot across the sky, then all my friends will look at me and say, there goes Phaethon, Helios' son. Helios was horrified. He begged him, please choose something else. My horses are wild and powerful, and you won't be able to control them. But Phaethon would not change his mind. And since Helios was a god, he had to keep his promise. The next morning, as his father watched anxiously, Phaethon climbed into the chariot of the sun. The horses started out on her heavenly path. The horses could feel that their driver had no experience in driving a chariot. They ran faster than usual. Phaethon couldn't control them. The animals raced off the path. They pulled the sun very close to earth, and all the crops on earth were burnt. Then they went near the stars and soon came towards earth again. Many cities burst into flames. If this continued, earth will be destroyed. Zeus, king of the gods, knew he had to do something. He threw a bolt of lightning. It hit Phaethon, throwing him out of the chariot. The boy's burning body fell to earth like a shooting star and splashed into a river. Phaethon's brother Cynus watched him fall. Cynus hurried to the river and tried to find Phaethon's body. As the god watched from Mount Olympus, they thought he looked like a swan diving for food. To reward him for his affection for his brother, the gods put him in the heaven as Cygnus the swan. Even today, you can see him there yourself. On a warm summer evening, you can find some triangle of three bright stars, reminding us to be loyal to our brothers and sisters. Now, I will ask you questions. So, number one, where does the sun rise and set? The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Next question, why did the sun rises and the sets? The sun rises and sets because the earth rotates on its axis, so the sun moves from east to west. Next question, who was Helios? Helios was the son of God. Next question, what was Helios' son name? Helios' son name was Phaethon. Next question, what did Helios promise to his son? Helios promised him that whatever he wanted, he will give him. Next question, what did Phaethon ask his father? He asked his father to give him his chariot for driving. What did Helios say to him? He said to him that some other thing you ask, because my horses are wild and powerful, you cannot be able to handle them. Next question, why was Phaethon's father anxious? Phaethon's father was anxious because next morning he saw that his son was sitting in his chariot. Next question, what did the horse feel? The horse felt that the driver had no experience of driving a chariot. Next question, why did all the crops on the earth burn? The crops on the earth burnt because the horse pulled the sun close to the earth and all crops burnt. Next question, who was watching all this matter? Zeus, the king of gods, was watching all this matter. What had happened to Phaethon? Phaethon fell down from the chariot like a shooting star into a river. Next question, who was Cygnus? What did he do to find Phaethon's body? Cygnus was Phaethon's brother. He jumped into the river and tried to find out his brother's body. What did the gods give him reward for this work? The gods put him in the heaven as Cygnus the swan. What can we see in the sky in summer, warm summer? We can see triangle of three bright stars. What did they remind us of? They remind us to be loyal to our brothers and sisters. Thank you.